Welcome to this weekly beat with me, Matoma, and I'm so excited to bring today's guests. They've shaped the pop culture and the electronic dance scenes for many years, and they've worked with artists like Griffin, Felix Jan, Afrojack, Tiesto, Armin van Buuren, and also me included. And that's why I wanted to bring them here today, because I feel they can really shape and tell their story in a unique way. SACHA is from Scotland, but she's based in London, and she has shaped her sound very, very unique. Her voice is so unique, and I can't wait for you guys to hear her story. And Jordan Shaw is an amazing songwriter who is based in London, and he has worked with so many talented artists and songwriters. I'm about to pick them up, and I can't wait to see what the day brings. So, yeah, let's go!
Hello.
Yo!
Hello.
What's up?
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Not bad.
Good to see you again.
I know.
What's going on? What's up?
How you doing? You okay?
Nice to meet you.
You too, man. You
I've been
too.
Yeah.
giving
Great to
Jordan
meet
the lowdown.
Oh, you've been giving him the lowdown?
Right.
Yeah,
in the middle.
just telling him about our sessions.
Yeah, that was so much fun.
I know.
What's
Are
up?
you in the middle?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm here.
I feel like we're driving to school or
What's the
something.
middle?
We are.
Amazing.
I'm so excited for today.
No, me
gonna be
too.
so fun.
You two look great.
Thanks, dude.
Thanks.
Did you
Try
fly?
our best.
Did you fly in yesterday?
Yeah.
Show my bag.
Yeah, flew in.
Oh my God! What is this?
Yeah, it's
It's
pretty
my
crazy.
handbag.
He came down with it this morning. I was like, wait, what is going on?
So you like animals?
Yeah, I just like anything over the top and a bit ridiculous. So
Yeah. Which of these are your favorite?
I think this little pink one.
Oh yeah.
That one's
Fun.
cute.
Have you named him? Or
No,
her?
I haven't. Can be Matoma.
Teddy Matoma. I love that.
Thanks.
Where did you get it?
I got it in LA actually.
Ah.
This is such an LA bag, isn't it? It's
Yes.
ridiculous.
Is it thrifted kind of vibe?
No. It's from a brand called Dolls Kill.
Sweet.
Skill.
Hashtag sponsor me.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Boom. So how was the trip?
It was good.
Yeah.
It was really easy. To be fair, the flight was quiet. We were just chilling,
Yeah,
weren't
just
we?
chilling. Just chilling. We had a little middle seat as well in between, so it was nice.
The flight was like dead silent. Everyone was like really chill and quiet. Me and Jordan were like blah blah blah
Yeah,
blah the whole
Chatting,
flight. Everyone was
catching
like,
Did you have any tax-free on the plane that helped out with the chatting, or only water?
No,
No,
just
we were on the
pretty
water.
tame.
Oh, you were on the
Pretty
water.
tame,
yeah, we were well behaved.
Because sometimes when I fly, I like to have a glass of wine.
Yeah,
Cheeky little vino.
Yeah, especially on the transatlantic flights, and then I end up just chatting with everybody.
Oh, the long haul
Nice.
flights are a different story. I love a little cheeky wine and then a nap. But
Yeah,
flights,
yeah, no, short haul behaved.
So
Yeah.
so what you guys been up to lately?
George?
Sessions. I've been in Korea not too relatively recently.
Ah,
Working over in Korea. Which
First
has been great
time,
fun. No, second time.
Yeah.
But I go relatively often now.
yeah.
And then just normal sessions back in London, just running around doing different things.
Wow.
It's been good.
But you, Sasha, you've been on a strike lately with so many great songs, collaborations.
Yeah, I just got back from LA.
Yeah.
Did like a bunch of new songs there, which I've now got some of them coming out at the end of this year. I've got from June onwards.
Yeah.
I have releases pretty much till the end of the year now, feature wise.
Ooh.
So
Boom.
yeah,
And I love that you, like when we met in the studio a couple of years back, you were mostly a songwriter trying to establish as an artist.
Yeah.
And I told you, just go for it, you know?
yeah,
Do you remember?
yeah. And then since then, so many great things have happened because I've just stuck at it. You do.
Yeah. Oh, it's fine. You can just turn it off later.
Oh, and I was like, oh my god, I've ruined the beautiful moment.
No.
But yeah, I feel like I've just stuck at it, and I feel like we were talking about this last night. It's almost just like you just have to keep going, and the amount of songs you write, like at some point, that will kind of align, and you will get it to the right people at the right time. And now, after kind of it's almost been 2 years since we did that session.
Yeah.
I feel like I've built up songs in that time, and now it's like a steady stream of stuff coming out. So yeah, I'm so excited. The next few months are going to be
And,
amazing,
and I have to tell you, I'm really proud of you, because I remember just from the conversation we had in the session that you were thinking about going into the artistry, and I told you, like, I think you should, because you have so much to offer, and you also have so much passion, you have so much talent, and your personality is something that the industry really needs. And I'm so glad to see the journey you've been on, where you've had collaborating songs with Joel Corey, with Armin van Buuren, which is a close friend of mine, and he actually texted me and asked me what I thought about the song.
Really?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
yeah, and because he had seen that we had worked together, and I was so proud. Because when I saw that moment on Tomorrowland, you know, and he was playing the song and you reposted it, and the text you had and how much that meant to you, I know how much work that is behind it, you know?
Yeah, like literally like years. And like
Yeah,
we were even talking about this, like it takes years to like sculpt your songwriting to get to the point where you can even pitch songs to DJs like that. So like it does feel like a kind of full circle moment, and I love that song so much, so I'm so excited. So yeah,
That's exciting.
let's fucking go.
I'm excited about today.
Me too.
We're at the studio, so let's get in.
Go.
Does everybody have silent on their phones?
No.
Oh, good question.
Watch my mum phone me just to like tell me about something really unimportant.
I feel like when you go into a session, you should know your purpose.
Yeah.
You know, and when you find that purpose, it's very easy to just, I don't need it, because I think what people ends up is that the phone is very secure. So whenever people feel insecure, they take up their phone.
Yeah, for sure.
And they start,
That's so true, yeah.
In a conversation, when people fall off, it's often when they either feel a lack of like environment. They feel maybe like, this is something I haven't felt before.
Yeah.
And then I often see they take up their phone and they start, because they don't want to talk about it, because it makes them...
No, it's a massive wall of like communication. As soon as there's a phone there, it's like an immediate like barrier that's really hard to get past in a conversation. It's like almost like, don't talk to me for a second and go somewhere else. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's a difficult thing. It's
But how is that for you to, like, when it comes to like switching off, like, because as an artist and as a songwriter, it's very important to stay in the trueness of the artistry, to be in the headspace of like, what am I doing today?
Yeah.
Do you sometimes feel distracted by the noise from the world?
What do you reckon?
I don't know. I feel like my brain goes like 1,000 miles an hour. I feel like, I don't know. We'll be midway through a conversation and I'm like on my phone, like doing that, but listening at the same time. Like I'm quite good at that. But
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, I don't know. I do feel like with social media, like I just came back from a week holiday with my mum, and it's so hard sometimes just to switch off and not be able to, you know, do your emails or your music or whatever. Like in our career, you can't really ever switch off. Like you always have to be replying to stuff and like, you know, you're in control of your own career. Obviously you've got management and things that help you, but like you're in control of pitching things and the next thing. And it is so hard sometimes just to like be able to fully switch off. Like there's always something that you think I can pitch that song, or you get an idea or something. Like we never really switch off as like writers.
There's always something to do, right? Like, you know, we don't do a 9 to 5, we do what, a 24/7, do you know what I mean? It's like
365.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no days
You know,
off where you don't think
we're
about it.
always engaging. And I think as much as that is either creating art or it's putting yourself in a position where you can create art, like since I had my son, so he's just over 2 now, I felt obviously a wave of emotions and loads of different things in my life, and perspective changes and your value of time changes. And then I just felt when I was going into rooms, there was like a renewed purpose of like why I was doing it. And also just re-engaging with like really checking in with other people's energies in room and like being really empathetic. And it's crazy how stuff changes in that sense. But on your point of like phones and stuff, like, you know, from being around him and like, I find like time spent in the morning with him, like, because we're lucky with what we do with sessions. We don't start till like 12 or 1 p.m.
Yeah.
So I've got time in the morning to like be really present with him and, you know, and engage with things that are not social media or something. But then that for me is like creativity. That is so helps with creativity. It's like watching someone like grow and like soak up the world. That's the most like creative thing I've ever experienced. So it's like amazing. It's something I didn't really consider when having kids. I think when you make music, you're so like, it's such a selfish existence in so many senses, you know, all the years of graft, the unsociable hours, you know, all this thing, trying to nurture relationships, be it family, a partner, anything. Like it can be really, like, it can be a lot. Like, you know, even on dating, like it's a lot, you know, it's like you can't firm a time up for a dinner because you're finished when the song's finished. It's, you know, it's a lot. So I think, the perspective on that has been like,
how has that been like in the way of like juggling family life and the artistry and the songwriting? Because as you say, like you can, when you go into a session, you can have a schedule. You can say like, oh, I need to leave at 5. But when you're in that creative process, that's very hard because if you are making something that is pure to your soul,
for sure,
and it's just pouring out, then time just disappears. And then suddenly like, oh snap, I need to go and pick up my son from kindergarten.
It's
is that tough?
Yeah, I mean he's not a nursery yet, so he's kind of like, and also my wife's amazing with like time and stuff. Like she's always super helpful, and she gets that, you know, I'm done when the song is done to a certain degree. But it's also, there's no point pouring your heart into a song for the whole day till 5 o'clock and then not having everything done and then having half a song. It's like you can revisit it, but we often know like the magic is in that room that day. Is like if you revisit it, you end up spending hours trying to fix something. It feels disjointed, or it can do. Obviously, it can work. I'm sure all of us have rewritten stuff and retweaked. So it's like, but it does just kind of, I don't know, when you have that kind of thing in the room and all the ingredients are right, you kind of need to get it to where it is. It's like, you know, it's a So
we've never had that problem. I feel like you're very flexible, even with
life. I try to be. I think the beauty of what we do is we can be, because I give so much time in the morning. So it's like, you know, I'm around till like 11:30 and then I have to go to studio. It's like, you know, I have friends that work and they're in the office at like 7 o'clock.
In that time, you're also very committed to being present. Because you know,
I try to be. I do a lot of I do a lot of his classes in the morning, and like little gym classes, and take him swimming and all that kind of stuff.
I'll message him. He's like, I'm making banana pancakes right now. I'm like, oh.
I could really sense the proudness you have as a dad.
Oh, thanks, dude. It's
and that's so important. Because that shows you that you are not only committed, but you're also dedicated with your soul and your heart. And I think a lot of people today, they often rush themselves into having kids to fix things or to make maybe something disappear.
Sure.
But from the sense of you, it sounds like you made that child out of pure love.
Yeah, absolutely. I think through my whole career, every time I've chosen and prioritized my personal life over the rat race of music, and I've just like not slowed down and like stopped making, but just like checked in with myself and gone, hold up a second, like let's prioritize doing this instead. It's always then furthered my music career, like always. And it's a bizarre kind of thing, because you often think, as I said before, like there's a lot of, you know, you have to be quite selfish with your time in a lot of cases. But like, you know, I met my wife when we were doing, like, I was literally studying music in my first year of university, like just with the dream of being a songwriter. To now is like a very different kettle of fish. But throughout that whole thing, from like, you know, dating to getting engaged to then getting married to then having our son, like that's every step, everything's got better, and I've progressed in my career. And it's like, I attribute a lot of that to that, because it's kept me kind of grounded, and it's always given me a focus outside of just creating for the sake of creating. I'm always like, I'm existing outside of my music, and that having kind of two lives is like a really lovely thing, because I can then go into a room and talk about stuff instead of like just, I don't know, just random stuff. I can like really communicate things, and I'm feeling a lot of things, and it's like I feel really in touch with like my creative energies, if that makes sense. Like it's
it totally makes sense.
Existing through a lot of different things instead of trying to find it in not this is a bad thing, but purely trying to find it in like engaging with music and like reading blogs and like everything music. It's like it's lovely to have like a balance.
Yeah.
And then I can come in and kind of pull things in that are like life experiences and go, oh, I didn't think of writing that. That would be a really interesting song actually. Stuff like that is like really nice.
But even though you two work so close together and are such a strong combined force,
for sure,
you live two different lives.
Yeah,
it's like I was about to say like
polar opposites. Like we're like similar ages, but like our lives couldn't be further apart. Like Jordan is so like together. He's like married. He's like settled. He's been with the same girl for the last decade. As a child, like I'd say you have your shit together. Like. Even at the airport yesterday, Jordan was like, where are we staying? I was like, I have no idea. He's like, I know. He's like, do you know how we're getting from the airport to that? I was like, no. He goes, I've got your ticket. Like, we literally are like chalk and cheese. Like, he was airport dadding. And I was like the type B friend that just showed up at the right time. And like, he's like, right, we'll go here. We need to, he's like, I was just sitting. I was like, oh, let's go and get dessert. Jordan's like, we need to board the flight, Sash. I'm like, oh, yeah.
We got to shoot.
But yeah, like even in our personal lives, like my life is complete chaos. Like, my relationships are all over the place, and you know, my life is just so up and down and all over the place. And when I come to a session and Jordan's like the complete opposite, he always has perspective, always gives me good advice. But I feel like, you know, from either perspective though, like we're never short of like stuff to write about, like, for sure. You know.
For sure. I think as well, like you're right. We work a lot together on loads of different things, and I think we kind of have gone through writing originally like an artist project for you that was more rocky, and then it pivoted into more of a dance space. And like I think we've both seen like we've written so many types of songs and so many different things, and I think we just kind of I feel like I really know what you like and what you don't like, or what your preferences are, and then I also feel like I know when to go, I really think we should explore this for like at least 10 more minutes and just see where it is. And I think there's trust, because it's like...
He's one of the few people I listen to. Like, I never listen to anyone. I always think I know best. But he's one of the few people that if Jordan's like, I do think this is right, and I'm like, no, like, I will listen to you. Or like, if I'm ready to give up on a song and Jordan's like, no, like, let's just go in. But vice versa,
that works both ways. Like, you wouldn't instill that trust in me if I don't instill that in you. Like, if you feel you can back an idea and you go, no, I really love this, I will go, okay, cool. Like, let's work out what that is to the best of its ability. Like, there's not, you know, that's the thing about any creative relationship. The song is always the biggest dick in the room. It's always the thing. Like, it just is. Like, the song is the most important thing. It's like, in general, like, you have to make sure that as soon as someone's ego gets in the way of a song, or like the energy's off, or like someone's writing it or doing something for the purpose of getting something else on the song, it's like, it's just a really difficult energy to navigate. And it's often I've found like rarely amazing things come from that kind of energy. You just have to listen, be empathetic to each other and what everyone's going through, and hear every idea. Like, it's a subjective based sport, what we do, right? It's like, you know, if you run the 100 meters, whoever's fastest wins. Like, we make music, like, someone might love Joni Mitchell, and someone, I would struggle to find someone that doesn't, but someone would also go, I'm not really a Joni Mitchell fan. So it's like, and that's fine. Both of them are right, but it's just different. And it's like, you know, you kind of have to explore stuff and push things and see what everyone's thinking.
Just hearing this is very fascinating, because it tells me you're almost like grown into becoming siblings in a way.
We totally are like brother and sister.
And it's like you complement each other in such a strong and positive way. But has it been like that the entire time, or has that like?
I feel like we've always worked. We've always got on, and I feel like from like day one, I feel like obviously we started in a very different place. Like I had a very long 2-year tangent of writing. Like, I was trying to explore what I wanted to do as an artist. And like the music I loved listening to when I was growing up was like Avril Lavigne and that sort of world. So then I kind of went down this like route, which ended up going very far. Like, it ended up in Dr. Luke trying to sign me for this rock project. Eventually I kind of circled back to dance, and it took me a very long way to kind of realize that wasn't quite right for me. But that's where we started. And like, I'm very melody driven. Jordan you're very melody driven too, but he's incredible with like concept and lyric. and that's not my strongest point. So we worked so well together in that, and obviously we started there, and we wrote some amazing songs. Like those songs were so good. It's not that they weren't good; they just weren't quite
Just
right
not
in the
that
end.
Space now, yeah.
But then we sort of have pivoted to doing the dance stuff. But literally from day one, like we've always written good songs. We've always clicked, and I just think personality-wise, we do. Despite the fact we're so different, we do just kind of click. I think we both are really silly as well. Like, although like you're quite like settled in your life and stuff, we have the same like ridiculous childish humor.
Yeah, for
Earlier
sure.
on in the hotel, should we tell the AirPod story?
Oh yeah, this is
So
great.
yesterday we were listening to some of my demos on the plane. So we connected his AirPods to my phone. So earlier on, I was just sitting on TikTok. I thought I was taking TikToks of myself, and then I was just sitting scrolling for a minute. Then the audio cut out, and I couldn't work out what was going on. So I was like, I turned this on and off. I turned the volume up, and then all of a sudden I get a text from him, and he's like, "Your phone is connected to mine. I can hear you typing. I can hear the TikTok." And then I was like, wait, it was like back in the day, obviously, because we used to do the rock pop thing. We had every single time I see Jordan, I'm like, "'Cause tonight will be the night." I was like, just don't disconnect. So I went and I got the audio up on my phone. And I could hear him laughing through the wall in the hotel. So I was just like, we're so childish. Like, I think ultimately we do just have a laugh in all of our sessions. So it's almost like a therapy session, laughing like equals writing great songs in the end. There's like no pressure. It's always like good vibes. So I feel like, you know, we can try different stuff, and there's no pressure if you don't write a great song or if you want to try something new and it doesn't quite work. Yeah. I feel like when you work with someone as much as we do, like, it's not like the pressure of when you're working with someone new and you feel like you have to prove something and you have to get something great, so you'll play it safe. Whereas, because we work together so often, like, we can experiment a bit, and, you know, it doesn't matter if you don't always get the right song. We know we're both good. We know, like, what the other person can bring, and, you know, we get the results. So I feel like it's just good to work with someone like that.
I think also you know that we can make a song that we both really believe in within a couple of hours. So if we get to like 4 o'clock and we're like, this is good,
but we're not loving it.
I don't know. Yeah. Like, I feel it's good. Yeah, fine. But like, we didn't wake up today and come to studio for good. So I feel like, so we've done that a fair bit of just like, should we just do a power hour or something? Yeah. Just like, just pause this for a second, because it's in a good place. We've got a scratch vocal. Like, let's just go do something kind of crazy and out the box. And like, often that's kind of been something that we've gone.
Have there been moments where those like crossroads in the studio have led to like a big moment? Like a song?
For me recently, I feel like most of my songs that are coming out over the next few months, the Armin one as well, we'd spent the whole day, I wrote this with a girl called Hannah Wilson and Toby Scott. We'd spent the entire day writing a different song. I think it was like 7 or 8 hours, like hard graft. You know, sometimes those days where it just doesn't come easy. You have to fight for every lyric and like every melody. And we kind of got to the end of the day, and it was a bit like no one was that excited. Like it was a good song, but it wasn't like so exciting. And we had an hour before our train back, and that's when we wrote this song that's coming out in July, and it like instantly just was magic. And sometimes I feel like those Hail Marys at like the end of the day, and I feel like, you know, sometimes those perfectly constructed songs end up being incredible. Yeah. But a lot of the time when like you feel like you've kind of got nothing to lose at the end of the day, like let's just try something else. We've already got something. They end up being like the most incredible songs. I feel like for me recently, that's just been the case.
Well, second song syndrome is a wonderful thing, right? Because especially if you've worked with someone or you've not worked with someone, like getting that first song not out the way, but like, you know, the Ed Sheeran analogy of like running the dirty tap. It's like, you know, you kind of get your inhibitions out the way, and you kind of get how everyone works, and then you do a second idea and you kind of go, but what if this? And it's that energy sometimes that's like really interesting to kind of follow and just try stuff and play with.
You two are very unique.
Thanks, dude.
Gang.
And we try our best.
Yeah, and I think like from that and just the fact that you two have managed to stay childish together.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but it's so important to, and I feel like over the years, just working with a lot of different people, collaborating with different artists, it's the people that I meet that stay childish. They are the ones that always end up having good songs.
Yeah, you got to have fun with what you're doing. Like, although this is our job, like, you've got to have fun, but like, also you've got to work with people that like, you know, you aren't afraid to be like embarrassed in front of, if you do like a bad idea, there's no such thing as a bad idea really, but like you've got to be able, like when you're doing a session with somebody new, like I just came back from a trip from LA and I was working pretty much with all new people, and I noticed like how different I was in regard to like putting ideas out. Like with Jordan, like I can literally sing any melody and they can be absolute rubbish, or like we can say a lyric or a melody idea or a concept idea or whatever, and you're not afraid of like the judgment of like, oh, that's terrible. Whereas when you're working with new people, you do filter yourself a little bit, and I feel like I was getting great songs, but I feel like the process was harder and it wasn't so like fun and enjoyable, and I felt so much pressure being in LA, and I wasn't like enjoying the sessions so much because I'm so used to working with people like you or Hannah, like who I feel so comfortable with and so free. I feel like it's a lot more enjoyable working with people that you're so comfortable with, and I feel like you get the best ideas when you aren't trying to filter or worried about, is that going to be good, or you just, you know, let it out and then someone else might feel inspired off of something that you've sung, or it kind of snowballs from there. But I think the fact that we work so closely together, I feel like, you know, there's no such thing as a bad idea or something that you're afraid to say, or like if there's like a quirky concept, you're like, you just say it and we're like, yeah or no. But there's no like feelings hurt in the process, you know?
Yeah, but when you're in LA and that happens, when you're in a session and you feel like, oh, how do you then get inspired to push through?
I mean, I'm quite an emotional person. Like, I'm not the best. I mean, God, I'd love to, like, Jordan is quite level-headed and he's brilliant in if we're in sessions together and you're very good at kind of reading me in a session, if we're working with somebody new or there's another writer in the room or something's off, you're very good at sort of like keeping like the positive vibes or going, this isn't working, or I'll text Jordan like, help, this isn't right, and he'll be like, should we try some new chords?
Yeah, but when you don't have Jordan, like when you're in
don't have him,
when you're in
I was
LA.
messaging my manager like, get me out. No, I'm just kidding. But like, I feel like, I don't know, so I'm quite a panicker. Like I overthink things and I do panic quite a lot.
Yeah.
So like, there's one session in LA I did start crying actually, because I was just feeling so overwhelmed, but I didn't feel like I could get my words out to be like, I don't like this, or like, sometimes in a room, like I'm very melody driven. There was one particular room where there was so many people in the room. There was more people than I'm used to.
Yeah.
And everyone was singing melodies so loud. And like, I'm very melody driven. You're very good at kind of giving me space to like think my ideas out. But there was 3 people singing melodies. I was then also trying to sing melodies.
Yeah.
I wasn't loving what was going on in the room and what they were singing. And I just couldn't get my ideas out. So like in that situation, I kind of retracted and sat back and then, you know, ended up with a song I didn't really love.
Yeah.
But do you sometimes when that happens feel like, oh, I just wish that I wasn't in this situation? Or do you feel
I wanted to leave.
Yeah.
So I wanted to leave so bad. And it's so crazy. Like LA in particular was such an eye-opener for me. Like it's tricky in our industry because there's no real, like, this is exactly how you write a good song.
Yeah.
And every single day is a completely different day. Like, some days you'll write an amazing song, you think, I'm amazing, like, this is so good, like, I've written so many great songs, and like, blah, 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 and you're on this great trajectory, and you can have one bad day where you write a bad song, or you don't have any ideas, you can't get it out, or it's just not a great song, and you think, oh my God, like, I'm rubbish. Like, it's crazy the ups and downs
I'll never write another good song.
Yeah, you have this thing where if you have a couple in a row, you think, will I ever write a song like that again? Like, it's crazy because you don't know on any given day how your brain's going to work, what ideas you're going to have, and you don't know how to recreate that again, really. So like, it is a scary industry. Even when you try to explain to people like how you write a song, I'm like, I don't actually really know. Like, you kind of it just sort of happens. And it's one of those things where like, if you've written a couple bad songs, you've had like a week or two where you haven't had any songs you love, you do have that like inner panic of like, will I ever write a song I love again? But then you do, and then you think, oh my God, this is the best job ever. I love it so much. Like, this is a great song and I'm so happy. And you know, it's kind of an up and down.
Isn't it weird how we humans, like when we are good, we don't acknowledge that the best. Like we can say, for example, like, oh, I wrote a great song. And you can do that 10 times after each other. And then, as you say, like there comes a day where you are not as good. But then that day is what defines you.
Yeah.
Or you make that into the definition of like, oh, this is me. And everybody can have a bad day, you know? Everybody can have a shitty day. Isn't it crazy like how an artist today just like goes from have to write their songs, have to be on TikTok, have to be on Instagram, have to be social, have to be in the room. Like, you should allow yourself to have those days.
Yeah.
You know? Sure. But you two grew up in very different, like you're from the UK. Which
I grew up just outside London, like about an hour outside.
And you're from Scotland.
Yeah, I grew up in a little town in Scotland where like there wasn't a whole lot going on, to be fair.
How was that whole like step for you, like moving from Scotland to the UK and setting like a base in London? And
I mean, I was traveling up and down. I used to be a hairdresser back in the day. I didn't know how to get into music, and I think kind of most people from my town sort of stay there. Not many people kind of venture out. So my mum runs a hair salon, and I trained as a hairdresser when I was 16 because I didn't know how to get into music. I obviously always wanted to, but like living in a little small town where there was no music scene. There's a little bit of a music scene in Scotland, but it's not, you know, huge, and there wasn't a huge amount of dance in particular. So yeah, I mean,
But have dance music always been something that you've been fond of?
Yeah, I mean, we discuss this all the time. Like the music that I love and that I'm sort of trying to recreate now is like the kind of 2010 like EDM, like old school David Guetta. Like there's those big like classic dance bangers that like even today, if somebody released those, to me those still sound fresh. Like they don't sound dated. They just are like undeniable, well-written songs with a verse, a pre, a chorus, a verse too. And I feel like we kind of have slipped into an era of like really cool music, which is great. But like I'm really hoping we can kind of steer back into like that sort of nostalgic stuff. And a lot of the stuff we're doing and kind of songs we're sat on right now are like these nostalgic, they sort of feel like the 2010 dance songs. Yeah. That's what I grew up listening to. That's what I still like listening to. And like the songs I still love now are like songs. Although there's like trends that like, I don't know, happen for sometimes a year or whatever, I feel like to an extent you can always be chasing the current thing, like the Afro house thing or whatever. Like I just feel like, you know, of course we'll do the odd session here or there, like to try and, you know, do a pitch for someone that's like Hugel or something who's like, you know, having such a moment. Like, of course it makes sense to try and do the odd session for someone or like a trend or, you know, a sound that's having a moment. But on the whole, I do feel like we sort of just write the music that we like and then we have the kind of mindset of we'll find the right people or the right DJ or the right collaboration for the song, as opposed to like trying to make music that is working right now. Because I feel like music's changing all the time. And like, you know, we've got songs that we wrote a year or two ago that I think we haven't got cut yet. But when, you know, it comes back and let's just say, for example, Calvin drops like an EDM, like old school 2010 banger, we're locked and loaded. Like we've got like the catalog is ready to be pitched. So it's like we're just writing the songs that we love and that we like and that like I believe in or that I would want to promote or I'd want to go and sing live.
I think you have to, as an artist, you have to make something that you feel is important to you. Yeah. Like even taking, you know, Hugo for example, like, you know, he was doing Latin house and he's pivoted from doing a lot more like German radio sound and loads of different things to like then doing that Latin house and then Afro house. Like he was pushing that when no one was asking for it because he loved it and he believed in it. Now it's worked and now it's the thing that everyone wants to copy. So it's just like, that's worked because it was authentically him and he believed in it and he felt he wanted to do it. So it's like, I think in any sense, if you feel that you have something to say to the world or something to create that is in you that you really want to get out, like it's almost your duty as an artist, I think, to explore it and create it. Where are you at with dance music at the moment? What do you feel is interesting to you? Or
if you go on my Spotify and you listen to the last couple releases, it's just a big mix of what I love.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Nice.
And today I'm very excited because I have not made an anthemic EDM big song in a while, but you know, like I'm just from our conversation and the fact that you guys confirmed to come here really excited me because we worked together before.
Yeah,
I felt a strong connection in that work, but I felt we could do better.
Yeah, 100%. We could do a bigger song.
Yeah, and at the time when we met, I was in a place where I was figuring out my life. I had just gone from being with a big major label, going independent. I was trying to find like my route, but now I have it, and I've gained confidence again.
Amazing.
And I think like we can really create something big today that's gonna change people's hearts.
Let's
For
get,
sure.
Let's get fun. Let's get fun with it.
I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
Come on, let's hug it out.
That's it. Come on. Oh yeah, let's go.
The song you're hearing is Love on My Mind, and it feels like such a summer anthem. Me and SACHA and Jordan had a blast in the studio as three souls on a musical journey from a beautiful relationship. The song is a product of our souls connecting in the most powerful way, and it's out this Friday. Pre-save, give it some love if you want to, and the best thing, we're gonna do it all over again next week. Catch you later, and remember to spread that love.